Christmas has finally arrived over here at the Board Game Buzz studio, and you know what that means. It's time for the 2023 Board Game Buzz Holiday Gift Guide. Obviously, this time of the year is crazy, trying to think about gifts for everybody in your life. And of course, as board gamers, we're always thinking about board games as gifts, because board games make amazing gifts for people. And so obviously we have lots of different people in our lives and lots of different age ranges, and if they do play games or if they're super into heavy games or into lighter games. So I really wanted to put together kind of like an all-inclusive holiday list that would fit different people and different groups in your life. And so that is what this video series is going to be. So I will be releasing 10 videos, each video focused on a specific group of people and games that us over here at Board Game Buzz personally recommend for you to look into. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and kick off the 2023 Board Game Buzz Holiday Gift Guide, a gift for people with big families. So maybe it's just my family, but I know whenever like my kids, I want to sit down and play a game as a family with my kids, they usually tend to gravitate towards really cute artwork. And a game that my daughter actually really has been loving so much is Flamecraft. So I'm adding Flamecraft to this list as a good game for families because, again, the artwork is just super cute, super approachable, and even like the mechanics of the game are really simple. It's interesting because in the game you'll be, collecting dragons, and there are different colors of dragons, and kind of what makes it nice and easy for especially families with kind of younger-ish kids is that each dragon has the dragons within the same color all have the same abilities. So as long as you kind of are aware, or your kids are aware of that, like my daughter, she's still kind of learning how to read, but she knows that the green dragon does this ability. So every time she gets a green dragon, she's not, reaching across the table having me read off what her dragon does. It's just something that's really approachable. And a game that, again, that's been hitting the table a lot for our family, and we have just been loving Flamecraft. So that's why Flamecraft is on this list as a great game for families.
One of my picks for this list is one of our family's personal favorites, and out of all of the board games that are in my collection, this one is probably tabled the most when it comes to playing with my husband and my kids, and that is Splendor. Now, Splendor has been around for almost 10 years now, but for us, like I said, it's still tabled all the time, and it hasn't lost its value. And I would still continue to absolutely recommend it to anyone, and especially to families. It's got these great coins, and I think kids love coins. My kids personally love these coins. They like to pick them up, and they like the idea of being able to spend them, and they love being able to collect cards and building their tableau and collecting the different colors that you can get. And when they are able to get points and watch those points build up, and I love watching their little brains add up their points. Both of my kids love math, so it's a really great game for them to be able to practice their math and practice their adding, but it's not, that makes it sound like it's directed at kids for that reason. It's not. It's just a great game to play. My husband and I love to play it. It works well from as a 2-player, so if I want to play it with just one of my kids, or if we want to play it all 4 of us. So Splendor, I'm recommending to you guys as a great game for families this Christmas.
So we tend to have lots of families that kind of come over and stay for dinner, and usually after dinner we like to pull a game off the shelf and play together as families. And one that's been constantly hitting for us, and one that we have been loving, is actually called Long Shot the Dice Game. Now, if you're familiar with Long Shot the Dice Game, it is basically a roll and write game. So you'll be rolling dice and betting on certain horses, and the dice that you roll indicates what horses are advancing along the track. And what makes this game fun is there are certain abilities that you're able to unlock to kind of screw over your opponents, pull horses back or push horses forward. And so you're doing all of this in the hopes that the horses that you are personally betting on make it across the finish line first to hopefully win the most money. And so again, this is a game that I feel like is really approachable for families. It's really fun. It's a game that you kind of will have people trying their hardest to get their special abilities to make their horses shoot across the finish line first. It's just a really fun kind of tension-filled game that I feel like is a good one for this list.
My other pick for this list of family games is a game that I have actually gifted to several families, and that is Tesoro. Tesoro is a tile laying game where you are picking a tile that has like a path on it, and you place it down, and you have like these great like obelisk figures. I don't know what they are, but I love the way they feel, and I like the colors of them. So you have your obelisk pawn, and you just follow the path, and you're trying to either push other players off the board, and you're trying to be the last man standing as you follow these paths. And it's a great family game. It plays from 2 to 8 people, so if you have a larger family, it's a great game for that reason too, because you can play up to 8 people. And it's just so and it's calm, and even though you're trying to push other figures off the board that could seem a little malicious, it's all very lighthearted and fun, and it doesn't last very long. It's not a long game, so if you're wanting a quick game before you gather around the table for dinner or after dinner and you're gathered around for the holidays and you just want something fun to play, to do together, I super recommend Tesoro.
So there's just something so much fun about push your luck games, and for me, a game that is always hitting the table, especially something that my daughter always asks to play, is Quacks of Quedlinburg. So in Quacks of Quedlinburg, you're basically, I believe you're playing as a quack doctor, and you are reaching into a bag, pulling out ingredients that you're adding to a potion in front of you. And the interesting part about this is you can go as far as you want to. You can keep pulling out ingredients, you want to try to get the furthest in your potion, because the further along you get, the more points you get. But the interesting thing is the moment you pull more than 7 points worth of cherry bombs, then you explode and you are out. So it's such a fun game. It's a fun game because my daughter, again, she's still learning her math and learning additions, and so it's fun because there's a little bit of math for her to kind of get her brain going in regards to when you pull out a token, every token is worth something, and so you have to kind of count and count how many little bubbles you get to move and place that ingredient, and then adding up your points at the end. So it's a really fun game for families. If you're looking for a good little push your luck game, I would highly recommend Quacks of Quedlinburg.
Thank you so much for watching this 2023 Board Game Buzz Holiday Gift Guide. If you enjoyed this video and you haven't yet subscribed, it would mean so much if you could. It really helps support us in everything that we're doing on the channel.
Like and comment all the things.
All the things, all the games you're getting this holiday season, and we'll see you next time.